Hi guys, Darko here. Welcome to my new calibration video. In this one, I will show you my recommended settings on Panasonic's 2018 FZ800 series. I will be showing this on model TX-65 FZ800E. In this video, I will focus on SDR, but also show you some HDR settings. So I will show you for SDR picture modes first. So I'm pressing menu button on the remote and going right to viewing mode. And what you see here is a list of different picture presets, each adjusting colors, gamma, details, and so on in a little different way. And by default, you will get TV for home use in normal mode. Unfortunately, situation among Panasonic TVs, but also from all other manufacturers, remains the same. And that is that regarding of price category, TV will come really poorly adjusted in terms of color accuracy by default in these presets. So in this case, normal picture preset is something I would recommend that you avoid from the very first minute you install this TV. And what I did is what I'm always doing. I measured every picture preset using Hellman calibration software. And after that, I found out which picture presets are the most accurate by default. And they are THX Cinema, THX Bright Room, Professional 1, and Professional 2. And I did calibration using Hellman software, using its AutoCal automatic calibration process. I did it for Professional 1 for daytime and Professional 2 for nighttime darkroom environment. My recommendation is that you use either of these and you can combine them. For example, Professional 1 as it was meant to be for bright room and Professional 2 for dark room. With THX is the same, bright room environment, and cinema for dimmer environment when you're watching content at night. And actually, I would recommend that you stick with THX picture presets unless you do a professional calibration, because they have fewer options which you need to manually adjust. For example, color gamut and gamma function. So TV will automatically detect type of content and apply appropriate colors and so on. With Professional 1 mode and Professional 2, you need to know, okay, what is color gamut of content that I'm viewing? And this can be confusing and you might get oversaturated or undersaturated colors unless you adjust it correctly. However, for those who want the very best picture quality, the most accurate colors on this TV, I recommend professional calibration, so then you would get these professional modes correctly adjusted. Alright, so now for Professional 1, I will show you picture options. First one being luminance level. This option adjusts how dark or bright the image is, and it will adjust it overall. So if you increase it, image goes brighter. If you decrease it, image goes dimmer. I left it at default 60. That was for me ideal value. Of course, depending on viewing environment, you can play with it. Also consider that this TV has ambient sensor, so it can automatically adjust how bright or dark the image is, just like your phone is doing, for example, and you don't need to worry about this setting. Contrast is white level control. It was set correctly at 90. Brightness is black level control, set correctly at 0 by default. You can use appropriate patterns which are available online to double check if this is correct on your unit. Color, I didn't touch, default 50, tint 0, also default correct. Sharpness 30, this is neutral value. If you want TV to apply its sharpening algorithm to improve sharpness of image, you can increase it. But overall, if you're watching quality content, Blu-ray, UHD Blu-ray and so on, I recommend you leave it at default. Color temperature warm 2 was the most accurate according to D65 recommended value. Vivid color is disabled, so is color remaster. Reversal film effect is disabled. Ambient sensor, as I said, you can enable it and then TV will automatically adjust how bright or dark the screen is. HDR brightness setting is available only for HDR, and basically it substitutes ambient sensor, which is not available for some reason in HDR picture modes. Noise reduction and MPEG remaster, as well as resolution remaster, these are options you can enable if needed. For example, if you don't like noise in picture, then noise reduction is quite effective. And MPEG remaster, it will try to soften compression artifacts in picture, but again, if you're watching quality content, you don't need this. Intelligent frame creation, so this is a 120 Hz OLED panel, and if you don't enable this option, TV will work in 60 Hz mode. My recommendation is going with minimum value, which will make movies look really nice without soap opera effect and without really annoying artifacts that will appear with mid or max value. There is also a custom option where you can play with blur reduction and this smoothness, this soap opera effect. So it's really up to you to find the optimum value. Some people are really annoyed with this judder, so they have options here. Advanced settings offers a long list with contrast control being first one, which is disabled. Color gamut, as I said, so in professional mode you need to know which color gamut there is with the content you're watching. There is no automatic mode like is the case in THX modes. For example, this is Rec 709 content, so I will leave it at that option. White balance, from these values after calibration you see that it was really accurate by default, only small tweaks to green gain and blue gain. And TV for the first time this year offers 12-point adjustment to finely tune all levels, including 2.5, which is near black value, where our eyes are really sensitive to white balance not being perfectly calibrated. I will not show you what adjustments were made because there is no point in copying them. However, for those who are interested, you know now 12-point adjustment is available. Color management system for primary and secondary colors, so you can adjust hue, saturation and luminance. And in separate menu you have also all three controls available for secondary colors. So next we have gamma. So first option is to enable gamma function. Lower values mean brighter image and higher values mean darker image. For dark room environment, BT 1886 or 2.6, 2.5, 2.4, and for usual environment with some light, value 2.2 is just right. And again this year, not only for white balance, but also for gamma you get 2.5 and 5 IRI, and then following with other options which were available also on previous generations. Let's go next to option settings. This one offers game mode. Game mode, I will make a separate video about it, but in general, if you want lowest input lag, you simply enable it in this mode and you will get same color accuracy and lower input lag. But for watching movies and so on, where you want intelligent frame creation option and so on, game mode is not needed to be enabled. Film cadence mode for interlay signals, you can leave it at auto. Black frame insertion, for some reason it's not within intelligent frame creation, but it's separated here. So what this will do is reduce brightness and introduce flicker, but on the other hand it will offer a slightly higher motion resolution compared to using intelligent frame creation option alone. However, as this dims picture introduces this flickering, which I don't really enjoy, even for 24p content, I recommend this option to remain disabled. As usual, Panasonic offers a wide variety of HDMI options where you can adjust everything from content type, gamma, colorimetry, RGB range, for RGB and for component signal. So if you really want to fine-tune settings, if you see something not right for a particular HDMI input, you can play with settings here. Next we have screen settings, with the first one being aspect, where you can see settings which are available. 16:9 for 16:9 content. 16:9 overscan is disabled by default, which is great, it should be like that. Screen display on. Pixel orbiter is good because this is OLED panel, so it should be turned on. Panel maintenance, it will start this vertical line that will condition the panel to avoid image retention. However, I consider patterns available on YouTube, for example, more appropriate, and they will simply do it in a quicker way. Or you can simply put some live TV content without any logo, and then any traces of image retention will be gone. Also, this TV will do panel maintenance when TV is in standby, and you will see this by status LED in the lower frame, changing its color from red to orange. And panel maintenance message on. Picture button setting, newly introduced this year. So here you can select which picture presets to be available if you click on picture button on the remote, and you can toggle only between these picture presets and not between all that are available. So this is really a neat feature, actually unique for Panasonic TVs. Lock settings, you can lock picture settings for professional presets, and you can copy them to selected inputs or all inputs with just click of a button, and this is really done in an instant way, and other manufacturers can learn something from this from Panasonic. Okay, now I started HDR content, and on the bottom right part of the image, HDR logo is displayed. So in HDR you see that again all picture presets are available. Okay, there is no professional photo, but that's fine. You still have THX and professional presets, which are the most accurate by default. Basically here luminance level and contrast are maxed out, and they should be like that, unless you see this too bright for your viewing environment, then you can reduce luminance level. And ambient sensor is disabled in HDR mode. However, you have this HDR brightness setting which you can enable, and then with this auto brightness, screen will adjust its luminance depending on input from ambient sensor. You can also increase brightness with this control if needed. Apart from that, other settings are the same. You still have this intelligent frame creation. You have controls for white balance, color management, and gamma. And here also black frame insertion is available. EOTF type, auto, screen settings, again, everything that was present for SDR. Picture button settings are the same, and you can also copy these settings to other inputs. So Panasonic continues its mission to deliver highly accurate picture by default and to deliver a wide variety of options to fine-tune it. Picture by default is excellent in these picture presets which I mentioned, and before calibration and after there is really not a big difference. Bigger difference is in HDR modes. but still you can be confident even without calibration and with these tweaks that I've shown that you are really watching great picture quality with accurate colors and that you're seeing content as director intended. This is it for this video. As always, thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for new content coming not only for this TV but for many new ones in coming weeks and months. And that's all. Darko signing out. Goodbye.